Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to another Minecraft discussion today on this glorious rainy day. I love, can you see the mist back there? I love when it does that over the ponds, and it's like totally spiritual. So speaking of that, what I wanted to discuss today was exactly that, to develop some sort of spiritual practice, because the fact is, somebody is not going to be successful without a spiritual practice. We're not talking about a lot of time. As you know, mine, because I've talked about it, mine is 10 minutes, I'd say, at the most in the morning. And sometimes if I choose, I don't even count this, right? And it obviously counts. I'm out in the woods nearly every day, unless it's lightning. And even then, I've been caught a few times, little G and I, with lightning. Here comes the rain a little bit. But I'm talking about just something brief, because you want to set yourself up to be successful. Like, you want to do it. So that is also the same deal with, like a workout routine. If you choose something that's like a military drill, you're just not going to stick with it. You might stick with it for a little while, but, self-discipline runs out even for the best of us, right? Quite honestly, I don't have a ton of self-discipline, especially when it comes to I love to eat, so that's definitely not a lot of self-discipline there. Oh, and there's the caretaker of the property, BRB. Greetings again, Minecrafters, and welcome to the rest of the Minecraft discussion here. I'm back. I got momentarily derailed by the gentleman who caretakes the property here. He's older, and he's just wonderful. He speaks a bunch of languages, super knowledgeable, super pleasant, very sweet. And anyway, so I got in a chat with him for quite a while. And I also met the nature conservators a couple days ago. They kind of like have meetings, and they talk about the thousands of acres and all that stuff. He manages this little immediate area. And also there's some campers here today, so that was kind of cool just to see him. The nature conservator people are nice too. Great footwear, not a big surprise there. So definitely my people. So okay, so spiritual practice. So again, you want to set yourself up to succeed. It should be also not just to succeed, but so that you want to do it. It should be inviting. So with me and my gratitude journal, that's my foundation. Okay, it's I am grateful for, I am grateful for, I am grateful for. 3 things every single day. Usually while I'm waiting for my tea to beep, but I'm usually done by the time it beeps. If not, that's okay. So you want a foundational practice. This means that it's every day, no matter what. So my gratitude journal is my foundation, because that's a 7 days a week plus leap year. Then, if you want to choose to add some extra stuff, that's when you're feeling it, like here and there. As long as the foundational one is there, it can be 3 minutes, and then you might want to read a little excerpt from like a meditation book. Not talking about religion. There are all kinds of good little one-dayers, like every day. And one of my favorites is Simple Abundance by Sarah Von Bresnik. I read that in my 30s when I was home with the kids. There's one for every day of the calendar year with quotes and it's just uplifting. It doesn't belong to any kind of religion. It's just, and it also, she goes with the seasons and just different things about decluttering, different things about just all good and enjoyable. So that's like your foundation gratitude journal, or if yours is a 10-minute walk, whatever, and then add stuff. But that's occasionally, right? Occasionally when you're feeling it, because you don't want to slide into, oh, this is too much of a time commitment, I'm going to miss it today. If it's a walk, I see raindrops, I'm going to miss it today. You want your foundation to be something you can do every day with success, no matter what. And it takes about 21 days on average for a habit to stick and shift. Remember, habits aren't made or broken, they shift. And they're also, I said average because, starting a new spiritual practice and, quitting smoking, not the same thing, right? One involves neurotransmitters, and it's just different. So spiritual practice, if you want to be successful. So remember, that's how we define success as mind crafters. It's not being the CEO. You might be the CEO, and that's totally cool. As a side effect of real success, which means on the inside, right? Which is where all the solutions are. We often look for them out here, but they are in here. My woods out here is my woods is in here. It's like a reflection. It's all right there. And very, very important to realize that true success is about living within our frame, kind of doing the backstroke and authenticity. Not afraid to say no, not afraid to set boundaries. It doesn't mean we're not uncomfortable at times. Of course, we're not shooting for perfect. Self-abuse of the highest order. I think Anne Schaaf said that. So we're not aiming for that P word, right? We're setting the bar at do our best because it's one we can always meet. That's how it goes. But as far as a spiritual practice, got to have it if we're going to be successful. And then the side effects of money, being promotions, being a CEO, traveling, house, square footage or whatever. Those are all side effects. All side effects. Because when we do what we love, the money will follow. So here's the thing. Got to have the spiritual practice because in order for any of those side effects to happen, we've got to be our best authentic selves and living at a high vibe. So we have to, in order to do that, we have to listen for what's next. We have to keep ourselves filled up, because if we are not filled up, we have nothing to give to everybody else. It's just how it is. We have to keep ourselves filled up and over the top. They can have what spills out of the cup. We got to keep that cup full. Keep that cup full so we've got something to give. And by our doing our spiritual practice, again, gratitude journal, 10-minute walk, jump on your exercise bike, sit with tea and do a meditation, a mindfulness guided thing off the internet, whatever. This is how we listen, because we need to get still. Still doesn't mean not moving. Still means the mind. Okay, like right now I'm moving, but I'm still here, very focused on all of you and what the topic is. Still, I'm not distracted actually. And so we need to be still to do the catcher's mitt thing. We talked about that with the ball. We have to have an open catcher's mitt so that we can hear and then follow, our next move, because we're not going to know what our next move is if we are not doing a spiritual practice where we are open and receptive to what's next. And then, stilling, I guess that is, having a still and quiet mind so that we can receive it, even if it's a small part of your day. Maybe like, oh, you don't know my life. Sure I do. You know what? Here's the thing. You're going to go to the bathroom during the day, right? While you're sitting there, have some quiet moments. Hot bath, have some quiet moments. Still the mind and let it all come to you. If you're fortunate enough to have, a nice yard or access to Central Park or something, go find a tree and hang out under there. Just watch out for rats. We saw one when we were there this weekend. Ugh, okay? So, all right, develop a spiritual practice of your own to practice each day. Make it easy, have it be simple, and make sure that it's inviting so that you want to do it and set yourself up to succeed, because that is the biggest key to success, is your spiritual connection and keeping yourself filled up. Okay, that's it. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from beautiful northern Vermont with little G. Have a mindful day.